Welcome to the NNA podcast. My name is Nikhail. This is my white friend Ayrton. And today we're going to be talking about a man who goes by several names. For example, he is Kal-El. He is the man of tomorrow, the last son of Krypton, the big blue boy on campus, Christopher Reeve, Tom Welling, and some other dudes. He's the greatest superhero of all time. We're going to be talking about Superman that hoe. So, Ayrton, my first question to you is, why is Superman the greatest superhero of all time? Answer that question. Why is he number one?
Obviously, first that's an opinion.
IGN rated him the greatest superhero of all time. Therefore, it's not an opinion, it's fact.
And now I just have to justify his argument, yeah? Thanks for putting me in there. Okay, to be fair, I think there's a fair argument for that. Because if you talk about the epitome of what a superhero is, most people think Superman. Like, he's sort of that idealized version of what a person can be. And it's not so much necessarily seen the same way as it is today, but certainly back when he first came around, a superhero just meant the peak of what a man can achieve, like the strongest, the smartest, the most good. And that's what Superman, in essence, is supposed to be. He's supposed to be this great thing that a person can achieve, which is strange considering he's an alien from another planet, not even a human. But in this modern age, like, often we like our media darker and edgier, and so Batman's really taken the forefront. I say, certainly post-2000, he's been a superhero that's on everyone's mind, a superhero that everyone sort of associates with and goes to. But still, if you ask parents and older people of when they think of a superhero, most of them will probably tell you Superman, because he's just got that iconic status.
Yeah, Superman is arguably the most iconic superhero slash comic book character. You could even say fictional character, possibly. He's one of the most iconic characters in the world. Going back to the IGN article, the main reason behind it was that he was the first one. He kicked off this whole superhero genre, so that's why they placed him at number one. Honestly, it's hard to agree or disagree. I think I like Superman more than most people do, but he's definitely one of the most iconic ones.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he kind of plays second fiddle to Batman a lot now, to be honest.
I think he's quite outdated. I think that kind of hurts him.
But then again, you look at someone like Captain America. He's one of the big faces of the MCU, and he's essentially what Superman is, but less power. He's the same, like, epitome of what a man should be idea behind him.
Yep.
But it hasn't worked as well.
You say that, and yeah, I think Captain America in a lot of ways is the Marvel equivalent of Superman. Superman was basically the first major success of DC Comics before they were even DC Comics. Captain America was also the first major success of Marvel before they were Marvel Comics. And in a way, both of them are outdated. Both of them kind of have this goody two-shoes persona, which doesn't really work in the modern day era, which is why a lot of people find Iron Man more relatable to Captain America. And as you mentioned before, a lot of people prefer Batman to Superman.
I mean, be that as it may, though, like, I agree with what you're saying, but I really feel like Superman's feels a lot more outdated than Captain America does by contrast. I mean, Winter Soldier's been like one of the most successful films of the past 10 years or so.
That is primarily based on the MCU.
Yeah.
If it weren't for that, probably be in the same boat. Basically, the latest Superman films hasn't been so good. And Captain America, he's doing pretty well for himself now. But to use an example, I was talking to my flatmate the other day. He'd only just seen Infinity War. And he's not like a big comic books fan, so he doesn't really know much about the comics or whatever. And funny enough, he's American. And he hates Captain America just because he's Captain America, just because of that whole goody two-shoes persona, which you assume he has before you even read a book or watch a film about him. So yeah, I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe has definitely helped him out that way. But going back to Superman, it's funny because everyone has an opinion on Superman.